Hello, this is David from davidandkath.com, and today what I'd like to do is read you a post from our blog. It's called Defining Tomorrow's Possibilities. You know, we always hear reference to people being in the right place at the right time. But what if you were in the right place at the right time? Is that all that's required for that moment to turn time into a window of opportunity? You know, one day during the reign of George VI, there was a doctor in the village who just happened to be visiting the state apartments at the very time His Royal Highness was having a very bad seizure. He quickly went to work. He brought the king back to consciousness and made a humorous comment in passing that caused the ailing monarch to laugh. The king took a liking to the doctor, and from that day forward, he was His Majesty's personal physician. He wasn't the only doctor in the village. There were others, equally as competent, I might add, and as skilled as he was. But they weren't present at this critical point in time. So being in the right place at the right time was indeed a defining factor that set the wheels of opportunity into motion. However, were it not for the years of training, education, and skill the doctor brought to the situation, no such opportunity would have existed. In another case, a young boy named Antonio worked in the kitchen as a servant boy. No one knew his name. He went virtually unnoticed. But for years, whenever he wasn't working, he was focused on cutting stones. He loved sculpting, and because of the time he dedicated to it, he became very skilled at using his tools. One day his master invited a large number of friends over for a banquet. The ornamental piece that was to sit in the center of the table was ruined. Seeing how distraught his master was, he suggested he could help. He had them bring out a large quantity of butter, then went to work, molding, shaping, and creating the impression of a crouching lion. The guest list for the party read like a who's who book of influential art critics. When their eyes fell on the display of exquisite artistry sitting in the middle of the table, they called it pure genius. They asked what eminent sculptor their host had hired to create that masterpiece. He told the story of what transpired, and then upon their recommendations, paid Antonio's expenses to go and study art. This servant boy would have lived and died a servant, no one ever knowing his name, but instead, because he faithfully dedicated all his spare time nurturing and perfecting the skills he possessed, needing only an opportunity to showcase them, he is known to us now as Canova, one of the greatest sculptors of all times. There are thousands of examples just like these, and I love reading each and every one of them. But no matter how many you read, there is a resounding similarity. When the person was inexplicably at the right place at the right time, they met that moment having the other half of the magic already in their possession. When destiny and opportunity cross your path, when you find yourself face to face with a life-changing moment, you can't be standing there empty-handed. It's definitely a combination of perfect timing, your unique contribution, and that will equal life-transforming moments. What looks like an overnight success rarely ever is. It's usually the fulfillment of a dream that's been a long time coming. What looks like magic to everyone else couldn't have less magic involved. With very few exceptions, years of painstaking work, perseverance, and commitment have gone by without recognition, pats on the back, or even encouragement or applause for the effort. It's no small feat making yourself the taskmaster of your own success, disciplining yourself to accept the hard work of striving to improve yourself, all for the hope of things unseen. That requires a belief and a self-imposed dedication that goes deeper than the superficial. It takes a dream that originates from your very heart and it comes from your very soul. Are you doing the hard work daily that moves you much closer to where you want to be? Can you be trusted with the task of your own success? To your growth and profit, davidandkath.com.